Squad, what's going on, man? It's your boy Knockout 360 with another video for you guys. So as you can tell, I'm in a car. That makes this a car vlog. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. You know how I'm going. You know how it's going down when I come around, man. As you can tell, I'm in a happy mood, man. And why am I in a happy mood? Because Dodge, man. Dodge is doing crazy shit as they always do. Taking things to the next level. So I'm on Instagram last night. One of my subscribers, my man King_Armstrong, that's King_Armstrong, hits me up on Instagram or whatever, right? Sends me a DM message. He's like, yo, have you seen the new charger? I'm thinking he's talking about the wide body. I was like, yeah, or whatever. He's like, no. Have you seen the new charger? I'm like, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Because I know everything and all things Dodge, particularly with the charger. Talk to you, boy. What am I missing? He said, Dodge just released, and I'm going to try to say this as correctly as I can because it's such a long damn title. I know I'm going to fuck it up. 2020 Dodge Charger, wide body Hellcat, all-wheel drive, twin turbo. Let me say that correctly. 2020 Dodge Charger, all-wheel drive, twin turbo, wide body Hellcat. Yes, I said that correctly. All-wheel drive, twin turbo, wide body Hellcat Charger. So we made a video about this a couple videos ago or whatever, talking about all-wheel drive Hellcats, man, and how dope that would be, right? My premise for that video was based off of the Trackhawk, you feel me? People say things like it's not conceivable to make a car with that much power and give it an all-wheel drive, drivetrain or whatever. The Trackhawk has proved otherwise. Not only is it much heavier and bigger than the Charger, it was putting down the exact same amount of power that the Charger Hellcat was, 707 horsepower, right? So it is very much so possible to do that. And it's one of those things where if you're going to do it in the Jeep Trackhawk, that's well over, what, 6,000, well over 5,000, 5,800 pounds or whatever. If you're going to do that in the Jeep Trackhawk, why wouldn't you do that in your premier muscle cars? Why wouldn't you do that in your Charger? Why wouldn't you do that in your Challenger? Why wouldn't you come out with the Demon-inspired all-wheel drive, Challenger, 840 horsepower, all-wheel drive, something that can absolutely dominate any and everything? Like, at that point, with that kind of power and that kind of traction, nothing's competing with it. Lamborghini, Porsche, nothing's competing with it. McLaren, nothing. There's nothing competing with the car of that magnitude, right? So we made that video, and you guys gave me your input, and you said that you would love to see something like that. A lot of you guys said that although you would love to see something like that, it's not realistic. Dodge isn't going to do it, because then it takes away from kind of the muscle car appeal of what we're used to. I mean, we're used to big, heavy, powerful V8 rear-wheel drive muscle cars, and I understand that. Well, Dodge heard our prayers, and they dropped it. It's going to be at the 2019 SEMA show, if I'm not mistaken here. Let's see here. Let's look at it. I'll drop the link in the description. TheDrive.com, twin-turbo, all-wheel drive, Dodge Charger Hellcat wide body, set to terrorize the 2019 SEMA show. This was just released yesterday. Let's see here. So they're describing it as Demon-based V8 engine that's been stripped of its supercharger, obviously, because it's twin turbo. No supercharger, it's twin turbo engine. 6.2 liter Hemi with Demon specific hardware that allows for high boost, in turn high output. So it's going to have Demon components, similar to, obviously, the Demon, but more similar to the Red Eye Hellcat. Under the hood, it's going to have Demon components, right? They've taken the supercharger, taken that out, and replaced it with twin turbo V8 Hellcat engine with Demon-inspired parts. That's not even the craziest part of it, right? They're saying that it will likely produce well over 4-digit horsepower. We're talking about 1,000+ horsepower, which is, I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, if the Demon was putting down 840, and that was just a regular 6.2 liter, a regular 6.2 liter V8 Hemi, quite naturally, a twin turbo 6.2 liter V8 Hemi is going to put down a hell of a lot more than 1,000 horsepower, well over 840, and certainly into the thousands. We may be looking at 1,100, 1,200 horsepower out of this particular Charger. And I'm not finished yet, guys. I'm not even finished yet. Let's see here. Just like I was talking about the all-wheel drive system, this is coming directly out of the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk all-wheel drive system, right? They're literally taking the all-wheel drive system out of the Jeep Trackhawk and putting it into the Dodge Charger wide body Hellcat, which makes perfect sense. That's something that we've always wanted. That's something that we've always talked about. That's something that just made sense to us. If you're going to do it for the Jeep, why not do it for the damn Charger and the Challenger? It wouldn't make sense. At least offer that as an option. Give us that option of an all-wheel drive Hellcat Charger, all-wheel drive Hellcat Challenger. You know, I understand that the Demon was just a special, you know, a special one-off or whatever the case may be, but if you're going to do it in the Jeep Trackhawk, which is a 5,800, 6,000-pound SUV, originally, which is just a, what, an off-roading vehicle or family vehicle, if you're going to do that in the Jeep Trackhawk, why wouldn't you do it in the Charger and the Challenger? Right? Those cars would dominate all. If there's one problem that we've always had with the Charger and Challenger is what? Traction. Why? Well, initially because you're giving 707 horsepower to two skinny-ass tires in the back. The original Hellcats, which came with 275s, right? Well, we took care of that. We put the wide body on there, right? And we're still burning tires. 305 wide tires were still burning, right? So what does that tell you? Well, you wouldn't burn nearly as much tire, if any, if you put all that power to an all-wheel drive system. 305s all the way around, all-wheel drive system. We have no issues. We have no traction issues at that point. Particularly with the wide body Charger, meaning that it's a bigger frame, it's wider with the 3.5-inch fender flares now, 305s all the way around. Twin turbo? Come on, dude. That's ridiculous. Now, you and I both know that 9 times out of 10, Dodge isn't going to release something like this. This is strictly a concept car. This is strictly something that, you know, the guys at SEMA or whoever's producing this particular car said, you know what, let's make it something crazy. Kind of like how Hennessy does with their, you know, their Demons and their, they did it with the Camaro. They called it the Exorcist, where it was putting down well over 1,000 horsepower and still lost in a drag race to the Demon, might I add. But it's really one of those specialty cars that, you know, guys will take it and strip it down and add this and add that. But if anything, maybe not the twin turbo shit. You can kiss that goodbye. Maybe not even the carbon fiber look. You can probably kiss that goodbye too, because I can't see Dodge doing that. But all-wheel drive. That's what our cars are lacking. All-wheel drive powertrain. Let's go regular Hellcat Charger, wide body Hellcat Charger, wide body Hellcat Charger, all-wheel drive. Why not? Right? I don't know, man, but this is crazy. Getting back to the original purpose of this video, man. Twin turbo, all-wheel drive, Dodge Charger, Hellcat wide body is ridiculous. And it's all in carbon fiber. It's ridiculous. They don't even have an official picture for it because it's so radical. They're still working on it. But if you know, once again, that just brings me back to my point that FCA really needs to consider all-wheel drive in their Hellcats. This is opening my eyes to the fact that FCA really needs to consider that, man. How do you feel about it? Do you think that my points are valid? If you offer all-wheel drive, that kind of takes the fun away from driving it because no longer roasting tires, you're no longer having fun. You're just getting off the line in 0.2 milliseconds type shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you see a Jeep Trackhawk, you've seen a Jeep Trackhawk do burnouts, but typically it's connected to something in such a way that it doesn't move. I don't think the Jeep Trackhawk has like a line lock feature or anything like that, because then it would literally be locking all 4 wheels. And it certainly doesn't have like an AMG feature where you can divert all the power to the back wheels. You know what I'm saying? Like with the Mercedes AMG, they have a feature that allows you to, instead of making it all-wheel drive, essentially, you can divert that power all the way to the back tires, essentially making it a rear-wheel drive car. The Trackhawk doesn't have that. Everything's going to 4 tires. Everything's being even as far as the 4 tires are concerned. So it does take away a little bit of the fun. But damn, as far as power is concerned, as far as performance is concerned, nothing would be able to touch us, man. But talk to your boy, man. How do you feel about, obviously, what we have in front of us, an all-wheel drive, twin turbo, Dodge Charger, wide body Hellcat? How do you feel about that, first off? And then diving further into the issue with an all-wheel drive Hellcat, how do you feel about that as well? I mean, do you want to see it? Do you not want to see it? Why wouldn't you want to see it? Is it still considered a muscle car? Does it take away from the fun of owning a muscle car? Maybe makes things too easy? All-wheel drive muscle car, 2019, 2020, that's the future. It's not 1970s, guys. It's not 1968 anymore. We have to evolve and adapt. Cars are coming off the lot now 840 horsepower stock. You can't keep putting all that power under the hood of a car and expect for all that power to be diverted to 2 tires. I don't give a fuck how wide your tires are. You could have motherfucking 400 wide tires on there. Have that shit looking like an NHRA looking ass car. Have that bitch, you know, sitting up like that. You're still gonna roast them. Eventually, we got to get smart. All-wheel drive is the future. If you ask me, man, talk to your boy. Like, subscribe, comment. As always, I got the good stuff for you guys, man. But as always, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will talk to you in the next video. It's been your boy Knockout 360. Peace.